greatness. But one thing we can say, especially for me, that seeing Magic play, Bird play, you know what I'm saying, Jordan play, LeBron James, Curry, and all of them. When Jordan played, everybody stopped, yo. Everybody stopped what they doing and was tuned in. No matter what fan base you were, you watch what Michael Jordan played. And you can tell. You seen it in the air no matter everywhere you went. I haven't seen that feeling since. Around the world, this was going on. They said it. You can ask people in China. You can ask people in Europe. You know, all those people over there, when you speak to them people, and everywhere here, the bars, the clubs, everywhere. It was like when Jordan played, it was like the Super Bowl every game, dude. And you can ask anybody that's 40 or over.
It's because we got this now. We don't need to.
That's
feeling it the same. That nostalgia gets out of that.
I'm just going into that aspect of changing the game. I'm not even going back to on the court and the sneakers and everything. I'm just talking about
wasn't
entertainment purpose.
Was it because of Jordan they implemented I guess like everywhere they play, that's when they're gonna start taxing you because he was bringing so much. So I think from like a monetary standpoint, he bought a lot to the league. I think it was that when the jock tech started? Like everywhere you play, they're gonna
Well, he started during the middle of his reign, so to speak, that's when the big media contracts started. Well, not the media contracts started to come like more rapidly and like
the increase in
it was only the big markets at the time. Chicago wasn't even considered a big market at that time. It was really just New York and California, like literally the big markets. So he brought that big market to Chicago and opened it up for other areas because everywhere he went, TVs wanted to follow the cameras, the endorsements, the networks. Everybody wanted to sign it. This is how we got where we are today. That's changing the game. You change the games with the contract he got. He got the first big contract, and he didn't get a big contract.
He only made 93 million,
and he got that at the end of his career.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's changing the game. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still not even bringing it to on the court. You can go ahead.
So Dreco, I want to hear your take on this, man.
When did Jordan start winning for real? In the 90s, right?
It don't matter when he start winning.
That matters. He ain't start cooking to everybody was old or young.
Y'all change the goalpost every second.
Changing the goalpost.
Influence didn't start until he started winning. Be for real. Before he started winning,
it doesn't matter when the influence
was losing.
But y'all was big time Celtics before he started winning.
Huh?
It was the Celtics and the Lakers before he started winning. And
they were Showtime. They brought the game back because the game was dying. They brought the game back. Magic and Bird, and they was the force. And then the Pistons was in that mix as well.
And then they got old.
Well, of course. But they still played in the mist. It's just that he came in as a younger cat, and this team sucked. He went through his struggles. He went through his playing struggles, and catch fire. Everybody's not gonna come in the same way, so y'all can't compare that because that's not what we're talking about.
In his prime, who was he going against?
Dominique Drexler.
Dominique Drexler. Okay.
What?
Are we gonna say that like Dominique wasn't one of the best?
We're not doing that.
No, you can't say.
I'm not on that.
That's an outrageous argument to try to say that the people that he was playing against wasn't top notch in that era. Because 30 years from now, what you're going to try to say? Everybody who played with Curry and LeBron wasn't.
Oh, no. We got dogs out here.
Have real concrete factual arguments.
So who's Dominique Wilkins' teammates? Name me Dominique Wilkins starting five. Name me Dominique Wilkins starting five for me.
I believe he had Willis. It was Dominique, Spud Webb, Kevin Willis. Who was the center? I'm forgetting the center's name. I can't remember the center's name.
Yeah, I was before my time, so I'm gonna stay quiet.
I don't remember everybody. I don't remember the start. We'll have to pull up the damn roster.
Can I ask you a question, Jim? So would you say the Chicago Bulls at that time when Jordan was winning, because like you said, he came in when his team was due to, he couldn't win nothing. I feel you. LeBron did it too. He couldn't win nothing. You feel me? But so would you say when Jordan started winning, did he have the best team in the league?
When he started winning?
On paper.
When he started winning, they put together by that time
the best team in the league?
Obviously, because they started winning championships.
on paper. Now, would you say that was a super team?
No.
Why not? Why not?
Because they wasn't all ill when they all got together. When they first got together, they didn't win. Don't forget that team went through a few changes, coaches, roster changes. Scottie Pippen wasn't on that team the whole time. Horace Grant wasn't on that team the whole time. Ron Harper wasn't on that team. Ron Harper wasn't on that team.
Scottie was there for his first ring, right?
I think they got Ron from Cleveland. From that mistake. I think they ended up getting Ron Harper.
What I'm saying to you is, by the time they won their first ring, was they leaps and bounds better than any other team in the league?
The first ring?
I think before
you can't say that because it didn't happen until it happened.
I think before we continue to move forward, we're kind of dragging. Hold on, Klippz. We're dragging away from what we're supposed to. There's no. I need to hear some context and some reasoning of why you guys think that Curry influenced the game more than these guys. I'm gonna let Isaiah go, and then I want Ace and Bryson to go, and Mike, and then we'll go from there. Go ahead, Isaiah. What you got?
I mean, Curry did influence the game, and I said this in the group chat, just from like an influential standpoint. I mean, because more people could feel like they could beat Curry. You know what I'm saying? So when he started winning the championships and he won that unanimous MVP, there's like short 6'2", 6'3", 6'1" guys. Like, man, I can't jump. I don't have the athleticism. But Curry gave us hope. Curry gave us hope that the underdog and the person who wasn't highly touted could get it. So I'm like, from that standpoint, like that shifted the paradigm and just the 3-point shooting and the free flowing play. And again, I was born in '97, so I didn't see Jordan. You know what I'm saying? But like from that standpoint, I say Steph Curry changed the game, like the basketball games. Everybody shoot threes now. Yeah, they used to want to be like Mike, and everybody wanted to jump at the dunks, but now they pulling up from half court AAU. So it's just like Steph changed the game on a different level.
And he stayed on the same team.
I'm a Steph fan. I like Steph Curry.
And he stayed on the same team.
But I don't think he changed the game more than Jordan.
So Ace, I'll let you go, man. Where you at? Where you at with this?
I'm being respectful to everybody's takes. First off, I want to say that I feel like we have to realize that also influence can be generational in a sense. Now, granted, some of us ain't see Jordan, but that's no excuse. Now there's film, there's documentaries, there's ways to access that type of information and gameplay. Now, when I say generational, there's going to be a player that comes along like that's going to even eclipse Steph and what he does. Jordan influenced Kobe greatly. We see that. We always skip over Kobe. We went straight to LeBron and things like that. Headbands, sleeves, chase down blocks. What made Steph so influential was the fact of 3 is more than 2. I can shoot this 3 and work less than you, and you got to go get 3 dunks to catch up to me. You have to do more work. Analytically, he changed the game and made influence because shooting a 3 is less work, it's splashy, it's cool, it's hip. When AI influenced the generation with the headband and everything, and LeBron gave him his credit. At one point, you see everybody with a headband and sleeves to mimic LeBron and things like that. So I want to say Steph added influence to the game, but he pulled away. He pulled away from Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, and watching them. Back in the day, you couldn't shoot that many threes in a game. You're getting pulled to the bench. Now it's cool to shoot 13 and let him fly and let it rip. So I want to give him his flowers. However, I don't want to say he eclipsed Jordan in them in a sense. He did change the dynamic and revolutionize the scoring aspect. So I give him that part.
But I've never.
And you know what? You gotta look at the basketball business aspect to it. What really happened is that after the Detroit Pistons era and their brutal dominance, quote unquote, certain aspects of the fan base and the NBA was, they didn't really like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when they started to, emerge and to go in towards a more offensive prone league than a defensive prone league. That was our business plan. That wasn't just about how players wanted to play. Because don't forget, at the end of the day, we got to remember this is still entertainment, regardless of what anybody believes. You know what I'm saying? So things are still being orchestrated to a certain degree. Back in those days, it was those dudes was taking. It wasn't being orchestrated as much. You was taking it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying certain things weren't, but it wasn't as much as it is now.
Bryson,
the one thing I've never seen anybody and Jordan, like Steph got people, they lost jobs. You can't shoot 3, you're out. You know what I mean? I never say if you can't cross over like AI, you got to get out the league. Or if you can't dunk from the free throw line like Jordan, like it's just so prevalent.
People who couldn't guard shot, they didn't lose jobs. Like at one point in the way, everybody made somebody lose jobs. So it wasn't just Steph.
I don't even know what that means.
We only talk.
I wanna keep it going, man. Bryson, how you feel about this, man?
Real quick, I agree with what bro was saying about how Steph, like the way that he plays the game in general, like in the fact that they was able to win with the type of system that they have, it makes his influence greater because you got, like dude said, you can't. Not everybody's gonna have a 40-inch vert. Not everybody gonna grow to be 6'6". Not everybody, like even when you talked about Ray Allen and Reggie Miller, they're still over 6'4". You feel me? If I'm not mistaken. So Steph being 6'1", 6'2", with the skill he has, the IQ he has, and then I watched his documentary. So knowing his real story, like a lot of people watch that, like, yo, I may not make it to the league, but if I could reach the highest level of basketball for me, I can adapt. I can play my style, adapt to the system, and be great in that way. Like, I feel like that's where the influence comes in. I don't think it's about the shooting threes. Yeah, it's cool and whatever, but feel me? When I played, that's what I did. I was a shooter. But it wasn't nothing like, it was just you're not the weakest link on the team. The shooter used to be the weakest link on the team. Now everybody's like, oh, shooter. You got a box and one on the shooter. You let the slasher go crazy. Like you said, you're going to have to score 3 layups to match my 2 threes. You know what I'm saying? So that's when everything is broken down into analytics and stuff like that. So that makes the influence crazier. But I just feel like it's more relatable for the average point guard, or, you know what I'm saying, short point guard. He gets a jump shot. Now he's more of a threat. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Mike,
that's why I agree with Paul Pierce. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Cool. Mike, where you at with it, man?
I think it's a generational thing. I think what people don't leave out too is with Michael Jordan and the Bulls and Phil Jackson, they also implemented the triangle offense, which is a big thing in their era, just like shooting threes and analytics now is with shooting 45 to 55 threes a game. And each generation, too, is going to have that play. You got MJ passing it to Kobe, passing it to LeBron, and LeBron passing it to Curry. You're going to have that player every generation. But I think there's a big difference between the brand and the game. And I think Jordan has brought more money to the brand of basketball than Steph Curry. But to the game aspect, I think you got to look at separate generations. They did their own thing in each generation separately. You got to look at it as 2 separate arguments, personally, myself.
I can agree.
Yeah, man. I like all y'all takes, man, and I agree with bits and pieces of what everybody was talking about. I definitely do, I am big on what Ace was speaking on as far as it, and then Mike too, as far as it being a generational thing. Back to what Musa bringing up the Suns back then, and you know, I kind of want to talk to Klippz about this one-on-one a little bit, but we got to remember the 2009 and 2010 season Suns were shooting the same three-point percentage as the Warriors that 73-9 season at 41% from the three. So for one, we got to remember, okay, Steve Kerr was the executive there. Okay, all percentages were slightly lower than the Suns that season with the Cavs, with Daniel Gibson, Danny Green, LeBron James, Mo Williams, and Delonte West shooting at 38% from the field. You had the Magic with J.J. Redick, Matt Barnes. You had the Mavs with J.J. Barea and Dirk over there. You had the Raptors, and the Warriors still was up there with Monte Ellis, Steven Jackson, and Stephen Curry shooting at 30% from the three. So we can't – I don't want to sit here and diminish what Stephen Curry has done, but we can't act like the three ball hasn't come from somewhere. I do agree.
I'm not saying the ball didn't come out of nowhere. What y'all are trying to sit here and say is when y'all watch a typical Golden State game and how they run their offense, that teams was running it back then like that. We never even seen players run off the ball like that.
That's not what nobody's saying here. To what Musa stated is that the Warriors are doing it at a higher clip and being successful at it, which is what I totally agree with. It's something that we never seen before.
Yes, they're doing that at a high clip. Well, what he said was the offense came from somewhere. Regardless of what, you have to mimic something to have a comparison. Am I right or wrong? In some type of way, right?
Correct.
Okay, so when you watch the Suns, because he said 05, 06, tell me how that offense was mimicked to how Golden State plays now.
I wouldn't even go that far back. I would go with the 2009-2010 season.
Okay, so please tell me.
Where the Suns were shooting at a higher clip that season, about 41%, just like the best Warriors team in 2015, 2016, at 41% from the field.
They was touched that year.
Wait. So Nash was pulling like Curry?
I'm not saying that.
I'm trying to say is
different personnel.
We're talking about the style of basketball from the long ball, from the 3-point line.
So we took he the personnel is different, right? So they exploited the offense better. You know what I'm saying? It's not who did it first, but who did it best.
That was my point.
I totally agree with that. I just think it's a generational thing.
Better because they're the first team to win doing that play, which is shooting the three. Three is more than 2.
Suns running like I don't.
Yes, the Suns will run a pick and roll. To your question, the Suns will run a pick and roll, even with because I was just watching.
So who runs the pick and roll in the Suns offense?
Either Sean Marion will do it with Steve Nash or Amari. Typically Amari, because Amari was the starting 4. But he if he was hurt, they would have it run with Marion. It'll be the pick and roll where if Steve Nash comes off the pick and roll, the 5-man, if he drops, Nash will take the first jump shot to the 3 or the mid range.
So
if the big man is playing up, Nash will then look for the skip to the 3-point shooter on a weak side, or dribble and penetrate and throw the lob or the back door or kick it back out to the shooter.
Wasn't Boris Diaw on that team too?
So Steph and the
Boris Diaw was on the team, yes.
Go ahead, Klippz.
So Steph and the Warriors are running pick and rolls.
Yes, they'll do.
That's the thing. I don't want to get too.
Draymond, like I said in the group chat, Draymond do the pick and roll, the handoff, and it was so effective. That's why I said Curry elevated because Curry's ability to shoot from far out. The defense will have to press up on that pick and roll, and then Dre will typically hold it.
I don't want to get too far away from it, like Klippz and Dre. Like I totally agree with you guys. Like the Warriors were doing the same thing, but I just say it was to a higher level. Yes, I completely agree. Like we never seen nothing like that before. I definitely think he influenced the game of basketball, but I think it's a generational thing.
No, I agree with you. I just don't agree with the take on y'all tying their offense into the Phoenix Suns from like.
Was you watching Phoenix Suns basketball in 2009, 2010? Was you watching? Because they averaged the same threes in the season. They averaged the same percentage. It just didn't look as good.
I'm saying to you, like, the percentages could look the same.
I was watching Phoenix basketball in 2009, 2010.
So I was watching Kobe as an 8 seed get smacked that year. It was awful.
To your point, Klippz, that's why I said they elevated. Yes, they ran it similar, but the Warriors elevated it because one Curry, the best shooter all the time. Then you add another shooter like Clay, who Phoenix didn't have. So now you have to worry about not only Curry doing that from the 3. Now you got to worry about Clay also. And then to your point, when we was in the group chat, I also mentioned you had the off-ball movement, which is something that they added to the offense. That they ran it even better than what they did in Phoenix.
And let's not act like there wasn't teams in that same season in 2015, 2016 wasn't shooting maybe a few more threes than those guys. The Lakers, the Trailblazers, the Suns, of course, the Hawks and the Knicks. The Rockets were shooting more threes than Golden State that season that they won.
I wasn't saying they are shooting more. Again, I'm not.
It comes down to personnel.
I don't give any other team in the league 100 threes more. My whole point of this argument was I still don't see how you're tying Golden. It don't matter what you can take any because I could have sworn people were even giving the Golden State offense praise from Mark Jackson because that's where it came from. But now it was tied in the Phoenix Suns. Like that's what I'm just trying to confuse. I got to do my homework.
Okay, can you acknowledge that it did come from somewhere though?
Yeah, I'll say Mark Jackson. Yeah, I'm not giving it to no
Draco. Do you think that it did not come from somewhere?
I don't think the Phoenix Suns
it came from somewhere. Like the came from somewhere. Everybody got their plays from somewhere. My whole
That's all I want to know.
09-010 Phoenix.
Yeah, but
09-010, the Lakers won the championship. When did Phoenix win with this offense?
I already established that.
Nobody's arguing
that. But they're saying they're not saying they won. They're saying Golden State took that type of play and elevated it
because they have better personnel. Golden State had better personnel.
So,
Jordan with that style type shit.
Jordan used to do crazy layups that Dr. J did, and then he took it to international level. And now he's the biggest influence, right?
I just feel like you're gonna use your greatest. You're gonna use your greatest assets. If I have a point guard who statistically shoots better than the rest of the league and is efficient at it, then I'm gonna build my offense to my point guard. I'm gonna steal plays, borrow, however you want to say it, because I have a point guard who can do that. I'm not making plays for Shaq to shoot free throws and get fouled, and he sucks at it. Golden State did their thing. He realized, he can actually shoot it and is efficient with it. The shots that some people take in a week, he's taking in a game, and he's actually hitting it. Of course, I'm gonna let the young man shoot. Let it fly. Let it rip. He can't go in and get the layup as much as he wants to. That's like having Wemby. You're gonna have Wemby plays. Now Wemby can shoot. They drawing plays for him on the block and the elbow. Get down there and get.
So I wanna, and I'll let Klippz go after. I wanna get Isaiah's opinion just off of everything he's hearing with stuff, and we'll get to Klippz.
Yeah, I think I've been pretty solid on what Steph brings. I mean, but I also would like to say this: when you watch The Last Dance, like that was just the documentary to be there in real time. Like I think even though I talk about Steph as I'm listening, like I can't undermine what Jordan did for the game. He was like iconic, right? I just imagine what was happening in real time, and we just saw the documentary, and you getting chills, like you see him going to France, and you know what I'm saying. I don't even know. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know if we could recreate that. And that's a question.
And this is before social media, also.
Right. And so I wonder, is that possible to recreate now with social media being so prevalent? Because this was Michael Jordan. Yeah, no social media. You barely saw him. Like, can we recreate that star power today? Anybody?
Everybody
days is over.
Phone.
What would it take to recreate that star power for a player in the league?
That was our first good USA team that we sent out there.
Which team was?
That was the first team we ever really sent out there before nobody was going over there.
Yeah, they was doing college teams and shit for the USA, and then they changed to the NBA stars. And
this young dude jumping around, dunking all over the place. Yeah, I'm be excited.
So what could we do to recreate that for a player in this league? Like,
bro, it's already been done.
It's right.
Like the hype. You talking about the hype for a player?
The hype.
Realistically, I ain't gonna hold you. This day and age, if you're not a freak of nature, it's not happening. Like
it's quiet.
Wemby has pushed that ceiling too high now. Realistically, he is 7'5" that can handle, dribble, shoot, and do a bunch. He already got a lot. He got an extensive amount of what's the responsibility on his plate. They're already comparing him to a demigod.
Yeah, somebody else
must have had some good Zog clips because he wasn't saying this 2 weeks ago.
Oh my
God! No. He said creating the hype around a player. He has the highest hype because
he's performing.
It's like, because my thing is, again, you have to be able to stand out. That's like somebody said to me, you're gonna look at a 7'5" dude and be like, hey, what do you do? Like, I hope you perform. You know what I'm saying? Like, something like there's not like, unless you're gonna create another Nate Robinson that got Jordan Vert and then but like,
to your point, Klippz about when
player is slow.
So to your point about when, what did that mean? He can generate more people to go watch him play?
What you mean? As far as what?
Everything you just said.
He said, "How can you create a hype around a player?" I'm just telling you.
How can we create that?
About Wemby, him being 7'5" and et cetera, et cetera. Wouldn't that play in a role? People want to go see him play and what he does.
I mean, I guess, yeah, but our argument is, does he sell out? The stars come to see him play? No.
He was hitting logo threes last night and getting jammed.
Yes, but your argument of what we argued about last night, and anybody could jump in. Is Wemby filling out this? Like, is celebrities coming out to see Wemby yet? No. Hell no. Thank you. What are we talking about? No. Nobody's coming. You named a soccer player. No.
No. Put respect on his name. You just made my name from random soccer.
As much as I love his soccer, no. He's not.
Don't do that. He made his name some random six-man on the soccer. I named Madden.
But what I was saying was, like, for example, LeBron brought out Rihanna to the playoffs when he played.
LeBron's a market.
Like, there's players that just LeBron brought out Jay-Z to a couple of Brooklyn games when Brooklyn didn't have shit. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
LeBron's a chosen one, bro.
LeBron is, like that's okay. Go to the top of the top.
You know what I'm trying to like? okay, like you.
I know what you're saying, yes, but
those stars bring out the celebrities that people want to see, bro. They didn't show Taylor Swift every week.
Go ahead.
Be for real.
Zion bought out Obama to do. He's a market buster. Like we got the few market busters. LeBron, everybody comes to Cleveland. They're gonna travel to Durham, where Duke is, to see Zion there. I don't think Wemby's a market buster. I think people look at him for the optics. He's a 7'5" alien. They're trying to create that whole alien narrative. Like,
this is so wrong.
There's no narrative to create when he's actually hooping. I don't think y'all really understand. The nigga is hooping.
He's going to be seen for the first couple of years. Like, he's 7'5", he's Wemby, but he's not a market buster. Like, no one's flying to San Antonio to see him.
That is cap, but we can move on, please.
Yeah,
I want to. We can. Go ahead, Klippz.
You could be hooping, right? You could be hooping to a great level. I'm not saying he's not hooping.
But ain't nobody watching.
There we go.
Because they're not winning, bro. If they was winning changed everything. We're not gonna act like they don't.
If
I said because. I didn't say if they was winning. I said because they're not winning. When niggas ain't niggas.
It's gonna be a while.
We can move on.
It's gonna be a while before games again. You get what I'm saying?
I wanna get back to the topic at hand, man. And I'm gonna just leave it here at this. And then y'all could keep going. But I do believe Curry enhanced the game. The Warriors just made it look different. I think it's a generational thing. I just think that Paul Pierce could have, shout out to Paul Pierce and stuff like that too. But I think he just could have worded it better. I think Jordan influenced it in his era. I think Kobe influenced it a little bit. I don't want to talk about his tragedy, but I feel like he influenced it a little bit more after that, unfortunately. And LeBron James influenced the game of basketball when he was there. But now I think that it's now going into Curry's hands and stuff like that. And yeah, that's just how I feel about it. I completely agree with all you guys. Yeah, I just think it should have been worded a little bit differently.
He chasing ratings because they shit is low. That's why he said it like that.
I'm gonna say this last thing, right?
No bullshit.
So we would all agree that the league changed the style of play probably from 2013 on, right?
Easy.
Right. Yeah. So that gives this Steph the Steph Warrior style of play 10 years. And I'm gonna say it's gonna be like this for another 10 years. And that cement why his influence is gonna he made he has the highest influence in basketball. I'm just being honest.
So how long did LeBron? I'm not gonna say he necessarily changed the game of basketball, but how long did he have? He had that title for a long time. He had that aura. Everybody wanted to be LeBron James for a long time. Same thing with Kobe until LeBron came into the league. Same thing with Jordan.
Shit, I don't even think it's changed. I think Steph just entered the conversation because they still want to be Bron.
Who wants to be
Bron? Yeah, who wants to
You
be
may
Bron?
not want to be Bron. Y'all may not, but we talking about the masses, bro.
We can't sit here.
We talking about the masses, bro.
And act like nobody wanted to be LeBron James.
Name the players. Tatum, Booker, and them say Kobe. Who said they wanted to be like Bron? Name the players.
Well, if you hear interviews, niggas say that they've been influenced by Bron. They've been his favorite player. What are we talking about?
Influenced in wanting to be somebody.
It's different.
I just want to get this on record. So, Dreco, you saying no one ever wanted to be like LeBron?
Show me the player.
That's not what I asked.
I'm not talking about players only.
I'm just asking, do you think no one wanted to be like
Okay. People want to be like LeBron, all right? So you just see people out here just dunking crazy outside.
No, but people were still laying up the ball talking about LeBron James shooting a 15-foot jump shot.
No, we're not going. We're not glossing over that, bro.
Yo, hold up. Who's most known for the face down block?
Why was high school players wearing number 23? College players were wearing number 23.
I would have loved Jordan. Then I'll say Jordan because of LeBron.
Don't do that. People was wearing 23 for Jordan. It wasn't for
LeBron. I'm talking about the young kids.
Who said 23?
See what I'm saying? There's too many people trying to talk at once. Yo, generational.
I'm on mute.
I feel like older people, generational, younger people, LeBron. But at one point, when you say, "Oh, I got to chase down block," LeBron. When you talk about dunks, Ben Simmons, Zion Williamson, there's a lot of people being compared to LeBron. They're like, "Oh, the next LeBron model."
Jabari Parker when he was in high school, Andrew Wiggins when he was in high school. Like,
we're not going to sit here and act like nobody wanted to be LeBron James.
Okay. Hell, I wanted to be like LeBron James a little bit. Chase down, block here and there.
Where your muscles at? Where your dunks at it? You know what I mean?
I think that's disrespectful, man. I mean, come on.
You don't remember when they called him the Akron Hammer? Come on.
I feel like
where my dunks at, Drake?
More so of selectiveness. Like I know people who wanted to be Melo because he was a scorer. He just had the look. He had everything right over LeBron. You get what I'm saying? Like I didn't know, boy. I really don't hear like growing up. I really heard the Melos, the Kobe's. I never fair like to people. LeBron was just the greatest. Like they was like he was the chosen one. Like
LeBron was the first.
Wasn't more so people wanted to beat him. They wanted to see what he became. Like he was like I don't know.
I respect it when you word it that way, but to sit here and say that nobody wanted to be LeBron James is disrespectful, and I'll just leave it at that.
Well,
Chris know what he be doing, bro. This nigga's crazy,
so
bro.
Who getting chased down blocks right now like LeBron?
Go ahead, Ace.
I just feel like when it comes to like he made like one thing to chase down blocks. Granted, athletically at one point he was cooking in one step. Third, I'm cooking all of y'all on the court, and I just wanted that to be known and reminded before anybody talks spicy or anything like that.
That's what you call moving the goalposts. Let's get back to it, man.
Ace, where you located? Where you at, Ace? Where you at, Ace? We can check up. I hope every Friday pull up.
I could be in a city near you. You hear me?
No. Yeah, after this we gonna speak because I don't like that, bro. You're not doing that.
All of you,
we're not doing that. Not today.
But for real, I just feel like it's generation. You're gonna have people who's like, "Oh, I can do this like LeBron." I feel like it's relative. Somebody like Klippz. Klippz can shoot. I'm Curry. Everybody's gonna have that player they draw from, and I feel like that's how the history of influence went and everything like that. You have people who get compared to Kobe. You have people who get compared to LeBron, like Ben Simmons and Zion. D-Book and Kyrie and them wanted to go off of Kobe, CP, and that's fine. Find what you like, make it work, and improve it. I'll just leave it at that.
I want to get to Isaiah, and then if anything else you want to say, I'll get to Mike right after, and then we'll go from there.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. Nothing. I have nothing to say.
Yeah. Musa, got anything else on his take, man?
Nah, I just agree with what Efoji said in the chat. LeBron did shift the NBA a little bit.
The player empowerment thing, that was huge. That's
players.
I like that. I like that player empowerment. I like
Dreco Klippz. Y'all got anything else?
Man, man. Who out here getting chase down blocks in the league like LeBron? Tell me.
LeBron.
And the Edwards just caught one for the win.
And they credit that to LeBron?
Ronnie.
Bron. I barely see that.
Hey, you got people all over doing the hands like he did against Golden State when he hit that game winner.
Bryson.
I'm not gonna lie, right?
And that's why I can't do it.
Can I say one thing? And I'm on Curry.
People doing the 99 like Curry.
This is how you know Curry's influence is real. I literally watched the whole after he won the recent chip against the Boston Celtics. Right, I watched the whole world go like this for their celebration. And that's it. I'm gonna just be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet.
Perfect timing.
Bryson
wants to throw that chip in there. Like we don't gotta talk about old shit. But
Bryson, got anything else?
Nah, I just want to say, Ace, whenever you ready to check up, I'm here, bro. I still got it.
We got a slasher versus a shooter.
I still got it.
I like everybody's takes on it, man. Respects to Curry, and what he's doing right now.
Because Ace gonna put us in the private chat. Don't say with his chest. Yes, LeBron did do that with the
private. Come on, like everybody, every known icon has something. I was trying to let people have the floor. My boy's throwing the powder up, the whole chest thing when he dunked on the Celtics and everything on Terry or whatever like that. Like it just happens.
Hey, what I say about Durant? He was soft for leaving. LeBron was the first soft dude, bro. Yeah,
that doesn't compare. That's just trying to.
If you want, we could cook that argument now. He went to a team that even didn't make the playoffs the year before.
Like this is not even close.
Went somewhere. Durant went to a 73-9 team. They didn't need
who he had up 3-1. Like, what are we doing? This is just trolling.
Hey, like I said, man, I respect everybody's opinion, man. I do agree on both sides with it. I I just wish that we was all, we all almost in a similar age bracket. I just wish we was there to be able to witness what Jordan was able to do. We saw Kobe a little bit. We saw LeBron and of course Curry now. Leave a comment down below, man. Make sure y'all like the channel. Leave a comment down below on Paul Pierce's comment. Do you think that Curry influenced the game more than those guys? But last topic of the day, man. I want y'all to rate y'all NBA errors, man. I'm gonna start off with Musa. Top 3 NBA errors.
Top 3. I'll probably say this current era, the 2020s, is definitely up there.
I need top 3 in order.
I ain't order. I'll probably go this current generation at 1. I would say 2000s would be my 3rd, and I'll probably go 2010s was not.
Oh, you're
probably go 90s at 2nd.
Oh yeah,
Klippz, who you got?
So
Top 3 errors.
Yo, so here's what we doing, right? We going the 2000s to like the 2010s, like
so my bad. Just to clarify, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s. We're gonna do it in increments of 10.
I'm gonna do the 2010, 2000s first, early 2000. You know why? Because that was when we had all them. That's when we had stars not being scared to guard other stars. Like I watched Melo guard Kobe. I watched I watched. So I'm gonna go that one. Then I'm gonna go to 2010s second because I like the fact that like that was LeBron's villain arc, and a lot of teams was trying to like still fighting. Like we still had Indiana, we had a bunch of teams that was just competing, even though we seen a lot of teams not get over the hump. But some of y'all greatest stars now were created in the 2010s. They had their breakout seasons in the 2010s. So I'm gonna go that. And then I'm going to go this current 2020s as the 3rd, only because I just don't know what's yet to come right now. I don't. If you bring back defense, then maybe it could be something. But right now, there ain't no defense. I'll put that last. I can't put the 90s up there because I didn't watch that.
Draco, where you at with it, man?
Klippz no ball. I'm going to take his list, basically. But the 2010s was good. That's when Braun won. That's when Curry won.
We had Melo on New York. We had D Route. That was D Rose. That was D Rose.
Got one in there. If we count the early 2010, that's technically when Kobe just won. 2009, 2010. That counts. We had good ball around that time.
Celtics won in 08. It was good basketball, man.
No. That's 2000. We're gonna count that with 2000.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Bryson, what's your top 3 NBA errors in order?
In order, I got the 2010s first, 2000s second. And I'm not really counting this era because we damn near in the middle of the decade. And then I got the 90s last. Because I'm a 99s. I don't, I watched the Last Dance and documentaries. Yeah, that's my take.
Mike, where you at with it?
I got the 90s first, to be honest with you, because I wasn't really alive for the 90s, but I think they really opened the door for the generations to come. I got the 2010s as my second one, and then the 2000s is my 3rd.
Hey, so you at with it, man?
I love it. There we go. First off, I'm putting 2000s first. 2000s is after the 90s, where it's like defense and heart, cojones mattered, stuff like that, and it's before the 2010s. I've watched the battles between Kobe and Tracy McGrady, where you get in the bucket when I'm coming back down to show you what's up. That's when they were still guarding stars. They was, getting the bucket, the ball in the hoop, points matter. And then during the 2000s, one of my favorite players, some of them got drafted: LeBron, Melo, Wade, which segued into the 2010 era, which is my next following that, because they still had some of that heart, pride, and willingness to win. Honestly, this 2020 era is not soft. Like, granted, offensively we're doing more, but it's still like it's country club like, honestly. I'm the 90s last.
Or just strictly off the amount of talent that's in the league and the pace.
So I want to just get through our top 3, and then we'll talk about it. For me personally, I don't have this era just off of Ace's statement, just because the league is just soft. I do think this is the most talented it has been the NBA has ever seen. But my favorite errors personally were probably the 2000s, with the Pistons, the Spurs, the Lakers with Kobe and Shaq early in the 2000s, the Celtics winning that championship, of course, in that first like big three, big four, whatever you want to call it. And then I would go to 2010s.
See it.
Definitely throw out the 2010s out there. I love the Chicago Bulls with Tom Thibodeau and the boys was able to do. I wish they would have won OKC team that they had with Westbrook, Harden, and KD. Wish I could have saw them win too. But there was a lot of good teams there. LeBron was able to build his stature from there, along with D-Wade a little bit more. And I would go with the 90s, even though I wasn't there too much to witness it. But just to go back off of what seeing the clips and stuff like that, I do think to what Mike was saying that I think it paved the way for everything else. Like everything else is definitely elevated from what it used to be. But that's what I would go with and stuff like that. One thing I want to ask is what player in each era, like I said, we're going to go in increments of 10s. And we could take it back to the 80s. I feel like you guys are knowledgeable enough. But what player do you think was – give me 3 players in each era by 10s up to now from the 80s of who do you guys think were the top 3 best players in each era?
So just before anyone goes, so if we have clarification, someone like Braun, Jordan, and Kobe, how will we do that? So if I pick, let's say if I pick Jordan for the 80s, are we able to still pick him for the 90s?
Well, this is the thing. It's the top 3. Your top 3 in each era. Me personally, for example, I would have Jordan being more dominant in the 90s than the 80s. In the 2000s, I'm going with, let's say, Kobe, Shaq. In the 2010s, I'm going to go LeBron James. 2020s, I'm going to go Jokic, Giannis, Luka, like that.
One player for that era, right? Not
3. Give me 3 players that you guys think were the best in each era.
Okay.
All right, so
who wants to go first?
Can we go by like let's do as a group. Let's do by era first. Let's go by era so we could actually understand.
Let's start with the 80s.
Let's start with the 80s. Go ahead.
I got Bird, Magic, and IT for the 80s.
Bird, Magic, and IT as your best 3 players from the 80s?
Yeah.
Klippz, who you got?
Kareem, Bird, Magic. I'm gonna just go there. Bill. Wait, Bill. I'm tripping.
Bill who?
Bill was not in the 80s? No.
Bill who? What?
Bill Russell?
That's before. That's like
this is before that time.
The beginning of the NBA.
Oh, Bob Cousy?
Jamal, what do you have as your top 3 best players from the 80s? Like the 80s to the 80s to 80 to 89?
Shit, you gotta go Magic. It gotta be Magic and Bird. They gotta be in there.
They're the top 2. Then third is
the third can be kind of like sort of a little bit up for grabs between like
Kareem. No Kareem.
Yeah,
Mikhail,
Kareem, Bird, Magic, and Kareem.
Moses Malone.
Moses Malone.
I was gonna say Moses. 4.
Musa, who you got? Your top 3.
Third play can be shit.
I was trying to think for that third spot really because I have Magic,
Bird, and Kareem.
I got Magic and Bird, especially even though his dominance went into the early 90s, but in 12 seasons to go to 9 finals, I don't see how you don't have Magic in the 80s. And then Bird, because he was getting rings off them in the 80s. If it wasn't the Lakers, it was the Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm probably going to go with Moses Malone just because he got a ring. I think he got 1 or at least 2 in that era too, off of them in between. So yeah, those would be probably my 3 off the top: Magic, Bird, Moses Malone.
All right, I want to get through it. Ace, what do you think your best 3s in the 80s were?
Skip me. I'm not even going that. I'm gonna just copy and paste. Jamal said Jizza, my fault. Bird, Magic, and then Bob Cousy.
Bob Cousy's not in the 80s, brother.
He's not in the 80s.
Kareem.
Did I take it back too far for some of y'all, man?
Nah, you good. Bird, Magic, Kareem.
Bryson, who you got?
I got Bird. I got Magic, Moses, Malone, and IT.
Mike.
I got the same as Musa with an honorable mention to Kevin McHale.
I do.
Kevin McHale's a good one.
Yeah, he's an honorable mention. I got the same list as you.
Nah, I said IT, Moses, and Magic.
Mike said Kevin McHale.
I can live with IT in there.
All right, let's get to the 90s. Let's start off. Go ahead, Ace. Top 3 in the 90s players.
This shouldn't be too
Michael
difficult.
Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Steve Kerr.
He's scrolling.
Jamal, what you got for the 90s? Top 3.
I don't know the 90s. You know, Jordan dominated the 90s, but the top 3, you know, is gonna be Jordan. Yeah, because he dominated the 90s. Shit. Everybody else, and then Pippen. I got Pippen was the power. He was the best power forward.
Small forward.
Small forward.
One more.
And he's not the best.
During the 90s, he was at the time when they was winning.
Type shit.
And the third, who else was dominant?
This is an easy one, Jamal.
Oh,
Yo, this is
I got one of his cards in my room right now. Come on, man.
Who you said, Musa?
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah, thank you.
In the 90s?
Yeah.
That's why I would have went. Yeah.
That's it.
Back to back.
No, well, on
you're right.
a serious note, I'm gonna say Michael Jordan.
You're right.
Ace, you changing yours?
Yeah, I was being fine. I was trolling. Michael Jordan, Reggie Miller, Patrick Ewing.
All right, let's get through it. Draco, who you got? Top 3 in the 90s.
Make a face.
Jordan, King, and Scotty. I'll go Scotty.
Klippz, where you at with it?
so we not obviously Jordan, right? So we not finna say Karl Malone.
We
I
don't.
was
We
about
don't.
to say, Carl, no funny.
32
He was doing nasty stuff in the 90s. We don't
30,
condone that.
32 Utah. That was gonna be my pick.
We don't condone Karl Malone what he was doing. Yes,
That's
good.
Karl Malone, and then I'll go third. I'm going Hakeem.
Yeah.
That was
Musa.
my pick. Hakeem, Jordan, and 32 in Utah.
Bryson, where you at with it?
32
I'm
Utah.
going
We don't talk about Bruno.
top 3 in the 90s. I'm going MJ, David Robinson, and
Nice.
That's when people don't
I'm gonna
talk.
go Hakeem too. I'm gonna go Hakeem, David, and MJ.
Robinson was like honest with a mid range.
Hey, believe
David
it or
Robbie,
not-
that
believe it or
nigga played
not,
on the
Pippen-
Spurs, nigga. He was cooking shit.
Hey, believe it or not, Pippen was actually my favorite player when I was growing up more than Jordan, actually. I grew to like Jordan because I started watching him more. But I mainly played, when I played ball, I played Pippen's position. So I kind of leaned towards Pippen actually more. So I liked it Pippen more than Jordan, actually.
Boy was out here hacking.
Shout out to Larsa. Larsa, I'm here for you, baby.
Mike, what's your top 3 in the 90s, man?
I got the same exact list as Klippz, so I'm not gonna take
Cool.
up the
All
time.
right, let's get to
Jamal's out
the
there hacking and going to Stylix right after.
let's get to the 2000s. I'll start off with you, Mike. Who's your top 3 in the 2000s? We're going from 2000 to 2009.
I was gonna say, of course, we're gonna start off with Kobe, number one.
Uh-huh.
Then I'm gonna put LeBron number 2, and then I'm gonna put Shaq number 3.
It's a good list.
Musa, where you at with it?
What are we on the 2000s?
Yep, 2000 to 2009.
Well,
Oh,
given it's going to be Shaq on that list. I'll go Shaq, Kobe. That third spot is tricky.
I just want to say it's crazy to have 2 players on the same team. Like they was dominating.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no.
they was
You could put Tim Duncan too, but
Tim
yeah.
Duncan.
Yeah.
I'll go Shaq.
I didn't want to do that with Jordan and Pippen, but it's tough.
No. I'm gonna change my order. It's those 3, but the order I'm gonna change around. I know Shaq was dominant, but I believe they won the same amount in the same era. I'll go Shaq, Tim, Kobe. I don't think Kobe was his best in the 2000s.
I like that one. I like that.
Yeah,
I like
that would definitely be mine.
Won what, three chips in the 2000s?
He won.
Oh
He won
yeah,
all
03, 05, 07. Yeah.
Klippz, where you at with it? Top 3, 2000s.
Shaq, LeBron, Timmy.
Draco.
I'm trolling. I got Kobe. Kobe. I got Kobe.
Draco, where you at with it, man? Top 3.
I got Kobe, Shaq, then Tim Duncan.
Yeah, I got to stand on it. Tim Duncan's 1 for me. I was over here.
Yeah.
Nah, because Kobe technically won all 4 or 5 in that range. His last
Yeah,
two,
he did.
09, 010.
Jamal, what you got? Top 3, 2000s.
It's tough. It's tough. But I'm gonna go with obviously Kobe. I'm gonna throw Tim Duncan in there, and I'm gonna throw this is a little twist in there. Individual stat player just because Vince Carter.
I like
I like that. I like that.
So,
Right. What you got, man?
I got Kobe, Bron, Shaq. Fuck Tim. He was good, but not better than them 3 to me. So
I can make an argument he was the best player in the 2000s.
I just give Tim because he did carry the Spurs to them rings.
Yeah, they had a good team too, though. He had good personnel around him. Tim was
What the hell was that guy?
I got KG over Tim. I don't give a fuck what y'all say.
What?
I got KG over Tim.
Damn.
Celtics fan.
That's tough. I assume this is KG in Minnesota.
Yeah, for sure.
Who couldn't beat Tim Duncan?
Damn. That's
Hey,
tough,
one more
man.
time, Musa. Who couldn't beat Tim Duncan?
Yes.
Standing on that. We can move on.
Hey, man.
Take Peso.
Moving on, man. Let's get to the 2010s, man. I think another player before we get to that. I think another player we was forgetting was Tracy McGrady. I mean, I wouldn't put him over.
I was gonna say that, but there was not enough spots. But you can't take him over Kobe.
Yeah.
Nah. Definitely not.
Or even Allen
Great.
Iverson.
Probably
Yeah.
the most disrespected player to be in the top.
If you would have said top 5, you could have got him in there.
Tim's good. But
2010s. Let's get to it, Bryson. What you got? Top 3.
Oh, that's LeBron's era.
2010s.
Yeah, LeBron won.
Actually,
No
come
one
back
wanted
to me.
to be
Come back to
LeBron.
me. Come back to me.
Mike, what you got? 2010s.
I got LeBron, Curry, and then I was gonna say you got to even throw Kobe in that era.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'm ready.
You got to put him and LeBron in both eras.
Yeah,
Klippz, where you at?
that's true.
So I ain't got an order because the 2010 is my favorite Braun ever. So I gotta go Braun, and Steph is tied for 1, and then my they're 1 and 1A, and then my last pick it will have to be, and I don't even want to say his name because I really don't want to put his ass in there, but it'll have to go to Kevin Durant. Like,
I was
gonna say
I was gonna say Kawhi, but to be fair, you gotta put KD because he got like 3 scoring titles or something in that era.
MVP.
4 and the MVP. So
Wait, you gotta put him in there because he won his ring with your boy in the 2010s.
Huh?
He won his rings with your boy in the 2010s.
So
So he got everything else that they got.
We won before. We won without him.
That's great.
Let's get back.
You lucky I didn't put D Rose over him. You lucky I didn't put D Rose.
Let's get the Bryson, man. What you got? Top 3 in the 2010s.
I got KD, Russ, and Steph.
I knew it.
Now
I don't know Bryson, but Bryson is the biggest.
Now I say Russell Westbrook because there's nobody else that's gonna duplicate what the fuck he's been doing or has done, and that's all I'm gonna say. If y'all don't agree,
Luka's
not doing that.
Luka's not doing it, bro.
Can I go?
It may not look the same.
He's good. He's good, but he's not doing it, bro.
Draco, what you got?
Double for 3 straight seasons and then 4 out of 5. Come on, bro. Nobody's doing that.
I got Braun, Curry, and James Harden. That boy James Harden was cooking. Boy.
I'm not mad at
James. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, that championship in Houston.
Yeah.
Jamal, what you got? Your top 3 in the 2010s.
Who? I think I got LeBron, friggin' Durant, Steph.
Let's get it to it, man. Last but not least, 2020s.
Wait, you didn't go either. Wait, so
I didn't go yet. Yeah.
Oh, my bad, Musa.
That was my 3. LeBron, KD, Curry. But I really wanted to put Melo in that list.
Yeah,
I
did too.
I wanted to say Melo. I was debating between him and Durant. but the winning, like, and individually, he got the MVP. So I'm gonna go with KD.
Yeah, it's tough with 3.
Go ahead and start with the 2020s, Musa.
Right now, Jokic. Damn, the 4 years in. Jokic.
Damn.
It's tough because I'm gonna put Curry.
Oh, all right.
One.
All right.
I'm trying to get the winning out of it because we're still so early in the era, and I'm looking at the talent too. Cause I want to see Giannis or Luka, but
Klippz.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'll probably go. I'm gonna go Giannis at 3 over Joel because he got
Klippz. What you got?
I got Steph, Embiid, and Jokic.
Dreco.
That's not a bad list. I might have to agree with that one.
Jamal, what you got for this era? Top 3.
I got Joker, Giannis, and Luka.
Bryson, what you got?
I got Giannis, Jokic, and Tatum.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's
I
me.
was about to say,
Wait.
That's me.
Y'all better hope.
I got
Boston
Tatum.
don't run off a couple rings.
I got
Yep.
I can't.
It's gonna be hard.
Bro,
to Tatum.
I think we forget how his career's been panning out since he entered the league, bro.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Niggas be forgetting, bro. Not everybody could walk to the Eastern Conference, average 20 in the playoffs as a rookie, and then carry that energy no matter how many team changes they got, additions, you feel me, injuries. Like, they made it to one finals, like, and they about to make the second one and win this bitch. I got Tatum, bro.
I ain't mad at that.
I'm not mad at any of the
I wouldn't put him in
You
there
feel me?
yet, but I ain't mad.
Just don't give him the last shot at the end of the game.
Yeah, we don't want that. I mean,
Mike,
shit. That's
Mike,
not
what you got, man?
That's my team, but I don't trust him yet.
I got Jokic, Giannis,
will
and
when you be at the
Steph, but
parade.
it's to be determined still in the future for this. That's just as of right now.
That's why I said don't let Boston run off a couple of chips this generation because it's gonna be hard to keep Tatum off that list.
When the last time
If he can be consistent, in any fashion, I definitely agree.
How hasn't he been? What is he like? What is the
He's not
consistency
consistent
like?
when it comes to
Decision making,
crunch time,
offense.
of the game.
He got better.
Indecisive when they have the lead and when they tied up at crunch time.
You like that fadeaway at the end of the fourth?
Once he clears that up, he'll be good.
That's fair, but his progression, that's what I'm here for. I'm here
He
for
has been
progression.
progressing. He has, but shit, man.
Nah, I know. I feel you.
Man, I like everybody's take, man. Make sure y'all like the channel, subscribe. Again, we are doing a grade A giveaway. We're gonna have 2 winners in a live draw, man. Get us to 100 subs. We appreciate y'all for being here. Everybody that have been subscribing and liking the channel and commenting and keep doing y'all thing, keep sharing. We appreciate y'all. Tune in for episode 11 next Saturday, man. We out.
Grade A. Hey, run that thing up.